Happening now, Jamestown firefighter suspended after police say he was involved in a violent domestic dispute. A Cattaraugus County animal shelter is going to receive much-needed funding.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. A few scattered rain showers for today, widespread rain tomorrow before winter comes back with a possible winter storm. We'll talk about what we know coming up.
Up next in sports, a epic game that the St. Bonaventure Bonnies will never forget. That and more next.
And we have an update on yesterday's brawl at the corner of 3rd and Pine. That's news now for Wednesday, February 28th, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And good Wednesday to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story, a Jamestown firefighter who police say was charged following a violent domestic earlier this month has been placed on unpaid leave. Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snellings confirmed to WNY News Now this morning that as of February 20th, Ryan D. Domenico has been placed on a 30-day suspension without pay pending a civil service hearing. This following a domestic dispute on February 17th at 23 Alfred Street in Jamestown. Police say they located a woman inside who claimed she was beaten by her boyfriend. Moreover, she said that Domenico held her down on the floor against her will and fired his handgun into a wall. She fled the house, running to a neighbor to call 911. A Portland man is facing charges after an altercation on Route 5 in the town of Portland earlier this morning. Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputies say that 35-year-old Stephen Sheldon is accused of getting into a physical altercation with the victim shortly before 2 a.m. Sheldon was picked up on charges of harassment, criminal obstruction of breathing, and endangering the welfare of a child. He was transported to Chautauqua County Jail on pre-arraignment bail and will appear in the Portland Town Court at a later date. And a Cattaraugus County animal shelter is going to receive funding for much-needed improvements to the facility. On Tuesday, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced nearly $5 million in a statewide funding to a total of 14 shelters, one of which is in Olean. The SPCA in Olean will receive $164,000 for renovations. The project includes installing a new heating and cooling system and weatherization improvements. The shelter will also create a more welcoming adoption environment with the funding. And now we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by in the First Defense Weather Center with info on some changes coming our way.
Yes, we do. Old man winter is not giving up. And remember, we're still technically in winter. And boy, it looks like it comes back with a vengeance. But hey, nothing like that today. Let's take a look at the maps. We'll take a look at the high-res Viper radar to start off with. And I've got the temperature layer enabled as well as the radar data. And let's take a look at the temperatures across the region. And that is, we are not fooling you. The observation station at Jamestown's back. It is now 47. That is the current number at Jamestown right now. 47.52 in Dunkirk. We got 50 in Springville, 57 in Buffalo, 55 in Niagara Falls, 53 in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, 46 Olean, 52 Wellsville. You can see some of the lighter rain showers. That's off to our east, but more scattered showers will come our way today, especially more widespread nature for tomorrow. So your forecast for today, partly cloudy early. Otherwise, scattered rain showers come our way throughout the afternoon hours, and it'll be mild. 53 valleys, 57 at the Lake Erie shoreline, way above average, with a southwest wind of 8 to 15 miles an hour. With a wind like that, especially coming out of the southwest, that may keep the immediate Lake Erie shoreline communities just a tad bit cooler. But things change for tomorrow. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch for all of western New York. All these counties here shaded in this blue color. Now, for our area, this starts tomorrow night and runs until 9 p.m. on Friday. And for the Lake Ontario shoreline communities, including the city of Rochester, that goes until on Saturday at midnight. That is for the potential for possibly winds coming off on Lake Ontario could drive some lake enhancement out of this. we are still early in this, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that we still need to figure out with this forecast, but need to mind you, the thing here is heavy, wet snow. It's that heart attack stuff is what we call it. So we'll keep an eye on that, but we'll give you all the snowfall totals that we have right now, along with that full Quick Solution 7-day forecast in just a couple minutes.
All right, Dakota, thank you. The Working Families Party has endorsed U.S. Congressional District 23 candidate Tracy Matrano in this November's election. Matrano says that she's honored by the endorsement.
This party has historically been focused on the issues that emerge as the central issues for this entire district, whether it's Republican or Democrat, whether it is urban or rural or agriculture and farmers. They have long focused on health care, education. I talk to people all around this district. Those are exactly the issues that they talk to me about. And again, it's true for farmers as it is for anyone in Elmira or Jamestown or Ithaca.
Matrano is one of 6 remaining Democrat candidates seeking to defeat incumbent Republican Tom Reed. Next, a fight in the middle of 3rd Street on Tuesday calls for a half a dozen police officers. One of our reporters is caught up in the scuffle. We speak with him next. And later, healthcare at Jamestown Public Schools. We'll let you know how your child could be seen by a doctor for free. That's coming up as well. Join us for the Dream It Do It STEM Wars and Career Search, Wednesday, March 14th at JCC. High school students compete in technology events and learn about STEM skills. Our coverage is built by Matco Tools. Learn more at didiwny.com. It's didiwny.com.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Midway of Pine and East heard a report of several people fighting there in the street. No weapons.
You got it.
1520.
398 to the J car is responding. There's a black pickup truck parked facing south on Pine at 3rd that's involved in this. The person just got back in. They were yelling at somebody on the sidewalk. I can't get a plate number. I just know it's a small black pickup truck.
7, yes. J7. 1521.
398 to the J car is responding. There's about 10 people now fighting physically.
Jamestown to 398. Can you 10-9?
Send the extra car. 202 is trying to give you a plate number.
10-4. J8. Can you head towards Pine and 3rd?
J9 to Pine 3rd. J61.
8 is 61, 1523.
J1 is 61.
J1 61 at 1524.
Tense moments as a fight between several people at the corner of 3rd and Pine Streets on Tuesday afternoon was caught on camera exclusively by our reporter Ryan Hedrick. Ryan was assaulted by 2 juveniles during the scuffle. Jamestown Police Sergeant Forrester told us that the fight was between minors and adults, and it appears that no one was taken into custody following the incident. Joining me in studio now to talk about all of this is Ryan, who, got caught up in the action himself. Ryan, thanks for being here. It's crazy yesterday.
Yeah, how do I say this without being, without adding shock value to it? this city, and I guess all over the country, and people in this city like to say, it's all over, just like the drug epidemic. We like to brush it off and say, well, it's all over. It's in Massachusetts, it's in New York City, it's in Baltimore, Maryland. And people in this city like to deflect the attention away from, the fact that we're experiencing some really big problems right now. And I get the fact that the National Comedy Center is supposed to be the savior. We have a nice hotel going up. We have so many other projects. The Reg Lennay is being subsidized to death, and that's going to be a nice, shiny new theater when it's all said and done. But damn it, can't we address the core of what's going on? We have a bunch of fatherless children because of the fact that the drug epidemic has swept across this city and has left people's homes and lives turned over. We have a bunch of kids that aren't being mentored the right way, and all we can do is sit back and blame a reporter. We can blame a reporter for standing on the corner, getting a breath of fresh air during a long work break, and saying that it's Ryan Hedrick's
And
fault.
I want to jump in for just a second, because yesterday, we all read through the comments as we watched this story. I don't think people realized, we don't...
I wasn't the one fighting.
Right.
I
We
wasn't
don't
the one
seek
fighting.
this stuff out. Our office is right here. We're on the same block. You were outside having a cigarette. Our Matt Hummel was up in the studio. Our landlord came out. She heard the scuffle.
Right.
I was just coming back from a report.
I want to know what I have to do with the fight, because all I was doing was standing on the corner of 3rd and Pine and videotaping.
Hang on. My question to you, what, from your perspective, what did you see? Talk us through what you did.
Well,
you came downstairs and...
I saw a lot of chaos.
Okay.
I saw a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of yelling. You know what I saw at the core? I saw a parent who has failed her children.
And we have that
repeatedly
video,
over
right?
And over again. I saw a failure as a parent on the corner trying to kind of control her children. Look at this right here.
Right.
This is chaos. If I acted like this when I was young, my mom would have smacked the you-know-what out of me.
Yeah, and I told
Look
people
at this.
in the comments...
This girl is 12 years old. Since when did I become the problem in this city?
Why is she able to do... Look at that.
This.
That's ridiculous.
Nicole Verrett is synonymous with failing her children. And I'll be very honest with you. The Verretts are a problem for law enforcement.
And people who say this is a non-story.
Let me finish here. This woman perpetuated the cycle of violence, allowed her daughters to run up on the car. And I don't condone this young man spitting in this woman's face, but here's people that I have her on tape. A lot of people don't understand. My ex-girlfriend sent me Nicole Verrett about 4 months ago on tape threatening to kill her children.
Jesus. And that's assault right there, what she just did.
Of course. And here, do we have the probation officer that's standing not doing anything?
I don't know.
Because she's a failure and she should be fired.
And I witnessed that as well yesterday.
Do we have that tape? Ask our producer if we have the tape of the probation officer standing not doing anything about it. She should be dismissed today.
No, he does not have
She's
that.
She's an epic failure of a probation officer. Our whole community has failed our children completely and entirely. These kids are totally out of bounds with what law enforcement needs. We don't have enough police in this city to deal with the crop of kids. And you know what? There are kids all over the city that aren't in school right now, that are disobeying their parents, that are actually parenting the parents. They're actually parenting the parents, and all we can do is stand back and blame a damn reporter for our city's
And see,
problems.
here's the
What's
thing.
wrong with our city right now? What's wrong with our city right now?
And that's the question we need to ask ourselves, because as the news media, we do not make change. We only report what we see. It is up to our viewers to make change, whether that is in the voting box or as a parent themselves.
And all that girl could do in the passenger seat is throw junkie in my face, or throw that picture in my face last year that resurfaced. Listen to me, folks. If we do not come to grips with the fact that we can't subsidize, fundraise, or grant our way out of this problem, the National Comedy Center will not save us. It is a tourist attraction that is simply and only designed for people out of town.
Right.
It's not for us.
It's trying to bring new money in.
Us.
I see what they're doing. It's trying to bring new money in.
And I don't
but you got to fix the problems here.
I don't begrudge Tom Benson or Journey Gunderson or anybody for trying to create a new way and a new form of entertainment. But listen to me. If we do not take responsibility for our actions and the actions of our children, we are going to die expeditiously. And I don't give a damn what you put on the corner of 2nd Washington. I don't care what you put on the corner of 4th and Washington. If you don't fix the core, the problem is a systematic breakdown of our families, our friends, and our children. We have an education system that is ill-equipped and not prepared, not even wanting to deal with the fact that the Hispanic population feels ignored. They feel like nobody wants them here, and they feel just the fact they don't really even have to go to school. We're not dealing with that. All we want to do is welcome in the Comedy Center. Welcome in the Comedy Center. I have news for you if you're watching in the city of Jamestown right now. The National Comedy Center is not for you. It is for tourists coming out of town because there's not enough money in this city to save this city. So we have to rely on money coming out of this city and into the city to subsidize the city.
You see that with the DRI fund. The city can't even pass their own budget.
No, they can't. And they can't stay out of the red. We don't have a mayor that tells us the truth. We don't have a police department that is equipped to deal with the violence, the drug cartels in the city. So we have to rely on things coming out of the city to fix this city. Once this city gets a clue and gets a grip and comes out of denial, folks, we have to come out of denial. Please stop blaming the news media for the problems of the world. We have to be better parents. We have to be better community members. I'm 40 years old. When I was a young kid, you were allowed to actually discipline your own kids. Now we call CPS.
Right. The kids call the cops.
We call CPS to deal with neighbors disciplining kids because these kids are so out of control. 1 out of every 3, this is a statistical fact, 1 out of every 3 households in this city is dealing with a single parent family. Subsidize that. Save that. That's not a laughing matter, folks. That's reality, and that is straight from the Chautauqua County Health Department. That's not a stat I'm making up, and I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that I have to apologize for where I live sometimes, because the fact is this. If we don't take responsibility for who we are and what we're doing, we're never going to find our way out of this, and you can't subsidize your way out of something you know nothing about.
What's next for you, Ryan?
What's next for me? I'm going to try to continue to do the news here. Some days I lose passion to want to do this because I feel like I'm dealing with a community that doesn't care about what we're doing as a whole. I feel like I'm dealing with an angry community, a community that sometimes...
Now, do you think that everyone hates you and us? I mean, not just you. I mean, we all represent the same being.
You know, if you look on the searches on our website, my personal Facebook
Which is
page,
strange. This is he's not lying about this.
My personal
He's
Facebook
right.
page is the 3rd most sought.
I don't know why.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
All right. Well, you know what, Ryan? We can just keep praying for Jamestown. And, you know, for me personally, I know that there is definitely good people out there, people who are watching right now who want to make change.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't speak for you, but as a journalist, I'm not going to stop reporting the truth.
You know, this is...
And yesterday was just an instance of something that I assume happens often. I assume we see JPD domestic violence reports and family incident reports every day. So this was just caught on camera.
Answer this.
Yeah.
How many domestic violence incidents do you think Jamestown police handled in 2017? Throw out a number. Any number.
387.
387?
Yeah.
Try 3,996 cases.
That's ridiculous.
Try that.
That's ridiculous.
Try that. Why are we beating up on women in the city? Why do we allow that to happen?
Why?
If you ever want to see what a fatherless child is like, watch our Facebook page and watch the kid, the 15-year-old kid ripping off his shirt, lunging toward me, and then cowardly running down the alley to escape prosecution. If you ever want to know what a fatherless kid is like, look at those 3 kids that hopped out of that car and created all kinds of chaos in front of social
service. That still baffles my mind that he was allowed to do that.
That's a product of a fatherless kid right there. That kid in the black shirt.
Yeah, that's him. I mean,
Pastor Louis Reyes said it came from Chicago on Saturday, and I don't care if we get all sorts of hate from this. This is true. If you don't know who you are, you will commit violence. If you don't know your identity, you will commit violence. You will How can you not?
Yeah.
And this transcends political boundaries. This transcends any socioeconomic class. If you don't know who you are as a man, you are going to commit violence. It's not you're likely to, you're going to, because you don't know who you are. People that don't know who they are commit violence against others. Look at Dylan Roof. Look at Nicholas Cruz. Look at Richard Ramirez. Look at Ted Bundy. Should I go on? Come on, folks. This isn't my problem. We need to discipline our kids. We need to have the courage to stand up to 15-year-old punks when they run rampant on the street, slap the you-know-what out of them, and put them back in the car.
Someone has to be the father, you're right. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to continue this conversation today, but we will, and I thank you for being here.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Wow. That's all I have to say about that interview. Now, let's go into weather. And once I showed you before, the National Weather Service has a winter storm watch in effect for all of western New York. In fact, much of the state for that matter. Now, the one for the western end of the state, which is our end, starts tomorrow night and goes until 4 o'clock on Friday night. And then for the Lake Ontario shoreline, this goes until Saturday night, until midnight. And that is a potential because if winds come off Lake Ontario, we're going to add lake effect into the mix. So that's why they're going to keep that a little bit longer. Doppler vision out there. Few rain showers throughout the area, otherwise not bad. The bulk of the rain is actually off to our east, but there is more rain that's going to be coming our way out to the west in scattered form today, so we'll be keeping an eye on that for you today. As I showed you earlier, the observation station at the Jamestown Airport is back. How about that? I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. It's 47 out there right now. It feels like 42. You combine it with a south wind of 10 miles an hour, and a 26-degree dew point means that 47 is nice and dry. So how about that? Zone weather for tomorrow. And tomorrow is the first day of March, but boy, it is not going to feel like it. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, even a couple 50s might be possible, maybe eastward. But to take a look at this, mid 40s, March, oh, wait. It's going to be raining. But hey, that's not bad for March with an east wind, 6 to 14 miles an hour. Now we got to get into this winter mischief. A low pressure area looks like it's going to pass to our south. That's going to throw some measurable snow our way. So here's the first offense on everything that we know about the storm so far. The storm system will pass just to our south Thursday night going into Friday. The rain will transition from rain to snow Thursday night going into early Friday morning as the low pushes colder air down from Canada. As I mentioned, if we get northwest winds coming out of this system, we're going to add lake effect into this, mainly along the Lake Ontario communities. But the totals on this are still way all over the place because the snow totals are going to depend on the timing of that rain to snow change. How long will that transition take to complete? And will we add lake effect into the mix? There's a whole bunch of things. We're still a little bit in voodoo country with this, but we do have some idea as to what we could be expecting. First of all, let's take you through Future Scan today. You can see a few scattered showers. It's not going to be especially heavy, just a few scattered showers throughout the day. Looks like that pushes out. We probably get a few more rain showers throughout the night. Otherwise, probably a mostly cloudy night for that. Now, let's hightail and take the model to tomorrow. This is our a Vipercast model, which is our very own exclusive, model data that we have. And you can see this is starting on Thursday at 1 o'clock, widespread rain. But notice this out here. This is part of that low pressure system out to our west. It starts to come our way. Notice the time here. This is just after 1 a.m. It's knocking on our back door. Then 2, 3, 4 o'clock, we start to get into this transition. The big thing on this is going to be how long will this take to complete? Will we see more rain? Will we see more snow? It's all going to be dependent upon how long this transition period lasts. And again, going out, again, snow continues into early Monday, into early Friday. Now, going out, the totals, we could be seeing a couple inches. The hills, possibly significantly more, probably upwards of a foot or more on the higher terrain. But this could all change, need I remind you. And of course, we'll keep you updated on that tomorrow as new data comes in. Here come the next 7 days of your life, brought to you by Quick Solutions, and 49 average high for tomorrow. We go 31 with that winter storm. That drops temperatures way back down into the 30s with that heavy, wet, heart attack type snow. And we dry out for the weekend, but temperatures temperature's still a bit below average. Actually, 36 is our average high for this time of the year, so we'll be right around it. And then temperatures go back into the 40s for early next week. We will take a quick break, and we will be right back.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's a look at what's trending in Western New York. Bonnie's got their 11th win in a row the hard way last night. It was about 12:30 at night when the triple overtime victory came to fruition, 117-113. The Bonnies getting their 23rd victory of the season, a team record for wins in a regular season. St. Bonaventure also took sole possession of second place in the A10. They're 13-4, a game ahead of Davidson with one game left in the regular season, and that is against St. Louis on Saturday. What a game. 3+ players with 30 points or more. It's the first time a Division I college basketball game has seen 3+ players with 30 points or more in 20 years. Unbelievable. Leading the way in scoring for St. Bonaventure was Jalen Adams, who had 34. Two players had at least 8 rebounds, and Jalen Adams chipped in 5 assists. Head coach Mark Schmidt after the game.
It, might be, the first six games of the year when those guys played a little bit more and they got their feet wet, and I said that, at that time that, you never want your best player to get hurt, but, other guys have to step up and gain some experience, and that might have helped in today's game. But like I said, every game, it's been game 7 since we've been 2-4.
The A10 powerhouse this year, Rhode Island playing St. Joseph's, and it is senior night. Rhode Island up more than 30 points in the second half, and Shavar Newark gets the ball down low to a wide open Nick Robin, and Robin gets the easy dunk. Final score 78-48 Rhode Island, and they have been such a dominant force in the A10 this year. To the NBA we go, where the fourth quarter, the Cavs are up by 2. Rodney Hood hits the baseline jumper, and the Cavs go on to win 129-123. LeBron James, 30,000 points in his career, 8,000 rebounds, and 8,000 assists on a night where he gets another triple-double. To hockey, and nobody has been hotter than the Penguins, but the Devils cooled their heels a little bit. Here's Keith Kincaid, who makes the toe save to turn away a shot by Gensel. Take another look. Devils preserve the victory 3-2. Our play of the day comes from North Carolina and Chapel Hill, where Miami takes on number 9 UNC. It was a nail-biter down to the final seconds of the game. UNC takes the lead with 4 and 1/10 seconds left as Joel Berry II makes a three-pointer, but Miami gets the ball quickly to Jaquan Newton, who pulls up for the game-winning 3 from downtown, his only 3 of the game, and what a time to do it. Miami celebrating hard, but UNC players all get stunned. Take a few more looks at what happened in the final sequence. That's our play of the day. From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
How about that finish? How about that game? But Joel.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. It's tax time, so get to Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown for all of your vehicle needs. Service, inspection, vehicle sales, they do it all. For all of your automotive, motorcycle, and ATV service needs, Express Bike and Auto even offers financing. Your true one-stop vehicle shop is Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. They're located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension next to Quick Fill. Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. Stop looking, start saving today.
And let's take a look at that quick solution 7-day forecast. And again, we are watching the potential for a winter storm Thursday night through Friday, dumping heavy, wet snow. Winter storm watch goes in effect Thursday night at 9 p.m. and runs until 9 p.m. on Friday. We will have more at newsnow.com.
WNYNewsNow.com.
/weather.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Dakota.
It's been a long day.
We'll look for your forecast on there. And, of course, we'll have much more details coming up tomorrow. That's it for us today. Be sure to join us right back here tomorrow where we have J.U. Kulkrick, the director of Dream It, Do It. He'll be on this program talking about some great things going on at JCC in a couple of weeks. Until then, head on over to WNYNewsNow.com for the latest. Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.